Echo with Leaders in Business podcast, where CEOs and executives in the digital marketing and social media space share their best advice. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know what they're talking about. So let's get to it. In a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on here. My name is Krystle Dookoo, and I am the founder of Imagerie Mentors. And Imagerie Mentors is a social media management company. So what I do, I work with entrepreneurs and small businesses to help them grow their presence online on the platforms that work best for them.
Awesome. So what's the best thing about leading your business?
I, for me, the best thing is, the flexibility, knowing that I am growing something that is dear to my heart, and knowing that I'm making a difference in my clients' lives. And I get the flexibility to grow it, to add my culture to it, to add my personality to it, and make sure that it's something that I'm doing because I love.
That's incredible. So I hear from others that it can be challenging to grow your business today with everything that is going on. So what are the biggest challenges you see business leaders facing today?
I believe one of the biggest challenge right now, well, especially if you are in a product-based business or you're in an industry that really had to do with foot traffic coming in, COVID definitely impacted that because of all the social distancing laws that came in and the shutdowns that happened, right? I'm in a service-based industry, and thankfully I can do a lot of business online. But one of the challenge that I've seen in that industry as well is that now everyone is trying to figure out, well, how do I transfer what I was doing before in an actual setting to online where I can generate the same type of income and clients as I was doing face to face.
Yeah, that's so true nowadays. So, what is the best advice you can give to other business leaders about creating a successful business?
For me, it would be consistency and always being open to learning. So in business, you know that the tides are always changing, are always turning, that it's never going to be the same thing over and over, correct? So the key thing is that learning to be adaptable to what is happening, and knowing that, listen, if something comes up that's not working, that I have to be open to changing and adapting and changing my business so that I can adapt to the current environment that is taking place. Because you don't want to think, oh, I'm going to give up, right? You want to make sure, well, how can I take my business and make it work in this environment and thrive in this environment? And the key is to be open to learning, connect with other people in your industry that are doing the same thing, learn from them as well, not copy them, but learn from them, and just connect with other people to see how you can move your business online, or you can fashion it to the changing times.
Mhm. Regarding with what you said about being adaptable, and we all know that with what happened today, it's somewhat a little bit harder. Do you have some advice or tips for other business leaders to be on how to be adaptable nowadays?
Well, I believe in my field that I'm in, it's very important to get online and become, learn how to use your virtual space. So I would say, if you're an entrepreneur that, you didn't necessarily rely on social media or digital marketing or a virtual space before, and now you need to do that, I would advise getting on board and really getting your business into that virtual space so that you can just reach a lot more people and find different ways that you can get your message out there virtually without relying for the foot traffic to come in.
All right, that's great. So, what other successful business leaders like yourself would you like to acknowledge and should be on the podcast?
So I actually work with quite a few of them. I have Miss Carol Boston. She is a transformational and leadership coach. So she's actually working with a lot of businesses and a lot of, especially women in leadership, and a few good men, to really move them to see how they can double and triple their income given the space that they're in right now. And I also have two other colleagues one who is a book. She actually she has a publishing company, so she takes your business and helps turns it into a book that you can use as a lead generation. And another individual who also do course development. So if you have a particular skill, what you want to do is, find a way to monetize it and make it into a course that you can generate money from.
All right, awesome. I will look them up. So now for the final fun question, who is the most interesting person to follow on social media and why?
I think that's just kind of like, there's not one person that I would say to follow, because it really boils down to who your audience is. But for business wise, I love following Brene Brown, as well as I love following Mark Mason and Gary Vee, because I think they really bring a lot of new and breakthrough knowledge to the industry as business owners. So I would say follow them, those three.
Well, that's a wrap. It was pleasure having you on. So how can people find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn, and actually LinkedIn is such a great space to grow your network right now. So you can find me on LinkedIn at Krystle Dookoo, or on Facebook at the same name.
Well, that's a wrap. This is Bianca with Leaders in Business Podcast. For more insights and ideas, go to our website, leadersinbusinesspodcast.com.